Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of February 7th, 2018. Let's get right into it. First up we have Bane Conquest, number 9 of 12. This book's okay, but it's definitely one of those things that I'm going to finish and then purge. So, it's okay. Next up we have a book that's been super fantastic and I can't give it enough praise, and that's Batman number 40 by Tom King. Yeah, it's just fantastic. I already read this issue. It's great. Tom King has just been doing an amazing job on Batman, and if you have not yet read Batman, you seriously need to. Next up, we have another great Batman book, and that's Batman White Knight, number 5 of 8 by Sean Murphy. It's just been a really good, fun ride. Really well done art and story-wise. White Knight's just fantastic. You need to check it out. Next up we have Black Lightning, Cold Dead Hands, number 4 of 6. I like Black Lightning. This miniseries has been good so far, so I'm going to keep going with it. I've seen the first 2 episodes of the Black Lightning TV show, and I've really enjoyed them, so I can't wait to dive in and watch the ones I've missed. So, next up we have Exit Stage Left, the Snagglepuss Chronicles, number 2. This is by Mark Russell, the guy who was writing Flintstones, and he does not disappoint in this. Snagglepuss Exit Stage Left, the Snagglepuss Chronicles is fantastic. I really enjoyed the first issue, so I'm really excited to see where Mark Russell takes us with the Snagglepuss character. Next up, we have Green Arrow, number 37. Yeah, what can I say? Percy's been doing an amazing job on Green Arrow. I enjoy it, and it's just fantastic. Next up, we have Green Lanterns, number 40. Looks like superhuman trafficking. Seeley's been doing a decent job after taking over Green Lantern's writing duties. So, yep, good stuff. Next up, we have Harley and Ivy Meet Betty and Veronica, number 5 of 6. Just a fun book. I've really enjoyed it so far. It's just a fun little thing with Harley and Ivy and Betty and Veronica. So, next up, we have Harley Quinn, number 37. I have enjoyed the new creator on it, so I'm going to keep going with it, but I'll probably keep going with it because it's Harley anyway. Next up we have The Jetsons, number 4 of, was this 6? Yeah, 4 of 6. Palmiotti's done a great job with telling a Jetsons story. I've really enjoyed it so far, so I'm curious to see where he takes the Jetsons. Next up, we have Justice League number 38. Priest is writing this, which is really difficult, but it looks like Scott Snyder's going to be taking over duties on Justice League. Don't know if it's going to be renumbered or what, but we'll see. But that's going to happen after Scott Snyder's No Justice story arc comes out, so I'm super excited for that, so we'll see. Next up is a book that we got shorted, but I finally got my copy, and that's Ninja K, number 3. Really enjoy the Ninja K series so far. So, yeah. Next up is Rose, number 8. What can I say? Meredith Finch has been doing a great job with Rose. So, yeah. Next up we have The Shadow and Batman, or Shadow Batman, number 5. It's by Steve Orlando. It's good. I enjoy it. The first series, Batman Shadow, was okay. This one's okay too. So, we'll see. Next up is Superman number 40. Can't wait to dive into this, The Last Days of Superman. It was announced that Brian Michael Bendis is going to be taking over writing duties of Superman and Action, and they're going to basically pause Action and Superman and give us a mini-series by Bendis called Man of Steel. This feels like the John Byrne deal that we got decades and decades ago when Superman was renumbered and John Byrne wrote it. He first wrote a Man of Steel miniseries to start that. So a little deja vu there. I'm curious how Bendis attacks the character. It's good that he's going a single character, as in Superman, and then supporting cast, because I don't really care for Bendis' team books. I think they suffer. Defenders is probably the only one that's separate, but that's characters that he really enjoys, and it's a small group of characters, so we'll see. Action will continue numbering after 1000 to 1001. Meanwhile, Superman, like I said, will get renumbered. We'll see. Tomasi's done a fantastic job on Superman, so I'm curious to see what Bendis does after Tomasi's run, considering it has been fantastic. So yeah, we shall see. And not to mention that Dan Jurgens on Actions has just been phenomenal. So Next up is the big book that everybody's going to be wanting to get, and hopefully you can get a copy, but I don't know if some stores ordered enough. I think we ordered 100 copies and probably still aren't going to have enough, and we'll have to reorder or get the next print, and that is the Swamp Thing Winter Special by Tom King and art by Jason Fabok. I already read it. I've read on Twitter that it's the best book of the year. So far, it is up there with the best book of the year. Tom King he captures writing these characters so well. This Swamp Thing Winter Special was just fantastic. Art was amazing. Jason Fabok did a fantastic job with it. So if you're lucky enough to grab one, get it. But get down to your local shop and pick it up. It is good and definitely worth the $8. And last up on my pull list is Young Monsters in Love. It's the Valentine's Day special, or Valentine's special for this year. What can I say? I like some of the monster characters, so we'll see how that goes. I flipped through it and saw that Mark Russell wrote a story that's in it, so I'm curious to see what that entails. So that's pretty much it for my pull list this week. I did grab some variants, so I'll go ahead and let you guys see those now. And the first one is the Batman 40 variant. Awesome cover there. White Knight had a variant, which I snagged up. I picked up the Green Lanterns 40 variant. Either it's Valentine's Day or hinting at a relationship between Baz and Cruz. We'll see. Next up, of course, we have the Harley Frank Cho variant. There was a variant for Harley and Ivy Meet Poison, or Betty and Veronica for issue 5. Jetsons had a weird kind of one, but I dug it, so I snagged that one up. And the 4th print apparently has come out, and I thought it was cool because it was a black and white one, and that is the Mr. Miracle #1 4th printing. So if you have not yet checked out Mr. Miracle, grab the 4th printing if your store got it and check it out. It's amazing stuff. Again, by Tom King. So Tom King is just nailing it. He is doing a fantastic job at DC. Batman, Mr. Miracle, the Swamp Thing special, like everything he's doing is amazing. I guess he's going to be doing an event book with a couple other writers. I'm just super, super stoked. We live in Tom King's DC world now, and I'm perfectly content with that. There is a new one coming out from Jeff Lemire and Andrea Sorrentino, and that's called Gideon Falls. There's a little promo thing floating around. It comes out in March. I have not yet actually read an advanced copy of it. I wish I did, but I'm super excited because it brings back that great creative team of Lemire and Sorrentino, and they did a fantastic job on Green Arrow. They did a great job on Old Man Logan, so I can't wait to see what they do on something that's their own from Image. So yeah, so be on the lookout for that. Let your shop know if you want it on your pull list. Speaking of books that you should be putting on your pull list, I did read an advanced copy of Oblivion Song. I recorded a video. Check it out. It's on the YouTube channel. And by Robert Kirkman and Lorenzo De Felici. It's great. You need to put in your orders for it. The FOC for #1, which is final order cutoff, is on the 12th of this month. So February 12th is the last day for shops to put in their orders for this book. If shops don't order high, I'd be surprised. But I would definitely let your local shop know by Tuesday, or by Monday actually, that you want to get Monday. Yeah, Monday's the cutoff. So let your shop know by Monday early that you want to get Oblivion Song. I highly recommend it. I read the first about 6 issues, I think. Fantastic stuff. You need to check out Oblivion Song from Kirkman and De Felici. Good stuff. I did snag up some books to read that I have not yet checked out. First up is Invincible Iron Man number 595, The Search for Tony Stark, and also 596. So I'm going to check those out. Jessica Jones, speaking of Brian Michael Bendis, I'm going to continue with The Return of the Purple Man. I'm curious to see how Jessica Jones is after Bendis, but I don't know if they're continuing or not. I needed to catch up with The Mighty Thor. I don't even remember if I read 701, but I'll read 702. The next two are the Phoenix Resurrection to finish that off of 4 and 5. So I got those there. Star Wars had DJ Most Wanted special, so I'm curious to see what the hell's up with that character. Star Wars Dr. Aphra 16. And there was one from this week that I snagged up because we had a fair amount of copies, and it's from Image, and it's called Verses. So I'm going to check out this book and see if it's any good. So yeah, so that's it for this week's pull list. A fair amount of books this week, but definitely a lot of Tom King. And if you are not picking up Tom King, you do need to. It is great, great stuff. Yeah, I've been reading his books twice, so yeah. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down in the comment section below. Let me know what you're picking up. Let me know what you're excited for. Questions, comments, all that stuff. Please keep it, nice, because, the internet's a place where people seem to want to be dicks. But let's keep it nice, people. Awesome. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. You can also listen to me on the Comics Conspiracy podcast. We just finished recording episode 343, where we dive into a little more talk about Action Comics 1000 and Bendis taking over. Sorry if there's a phone ringing. Apparently the house phone is, people call it. I don't know. But yeah, you can check that out. There'll be a link in the description below, or if you want, you can go to www.geekbox.net and download it there. You can also find us on iTunes. You can help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy for as little as $1 a month. You help us with hosting fees, getting food sometimes before every podcast, sending us to movies. I'm going to see Black Panther, and getting us products. So we do appreciate all our Patreon backers. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. And for our Patreon backers, there might be something coming up within the next week or so of special content. I will not actually be able to be on next week's episode 344. Family stuff. So yeah, but hopefully there'll be something that might have to do with my kids. So if you watch this and you want to participate, please leave a comment in the description below and tell me what question you want to ask my kids. Please keep it, G-rated, please. My daughter's 4, my son is 6. But basically, I'm going to show them what Daddy does at work on Tuesdays, getting ready for Wednesday product putting out and stuff, and also how we've set up the podcast, and then we're going to sit down with them and let them record a little thing of Q&A of stuff. So if you have a question, please post it here, and I'll try and get it answered on that little thing. So, yep, that's pretty much it for this week. Pick up that Swamp Thing Winter Special, man. It's awesome. Definitely worth it. See you next week.